What's up, guys? Welcome to the semifinals edition of the Hype League podcast. Sorry it's coming out so late. I really just totally forgot about it. I think it's probably because I haven't really listened to many fantasy podcasts pretty much the last 2 weeks. It's mostly just been so fucking cold here that my shitty ass iPhone dies as soon as I walk out into the cold. So usually I would listen to podcasts walking the dog. That hasn't really been happening. So nothing this week. I don't know if you can hear this. She's growling in the background of something. Hey. We'll probably do 2 more episodes after this. Next week we'll give away our Hypey Awards. The surveys will come out today. Hopefully you guys can take time to fill that out. It should be real quick. A couple minutes. So I do need a host or 2 for the Hypeys episode next week. If anybody wants to do it, go ahead and volunteer, or I will start texting you. So let's get into last week's matchups. The Evil Empire goes down in flames. Both Dustin and Chuck lose. There will be no Hype League champion, or no, grand champion, so to speak, this year. And his compadre will be singing the national anthem. We can all be happy about that. Don't want to talk too much about the Patriot Bowl and these losers. But Winston leads the way for Brandon, throws for 456 yards and 4 touchdowns, and then runs one in, gets 44 points, along with Austin Eckler, who scores 35, got that 90-yard receiving touchdown. For Dustin, Darius Slayton tried to lead the comeback on Monday night, scored 37 points. Golden Tate couldn't do his part, only gets 2. Score along with Kamara 7 points and Crowder 6. That was really led Dustin to the bottom. I can't wait to hear his rendition of the anthem next year. Shifting gears and moving over to the winners bracket, we have Rico gets the big win, takes down Chuck 126 to 112. Neither team had a very good week. This one came down to Monday Night Football. Pretty much ended when Alshon Jeffrey limped off the field with that ankle injury. Carson Wentz led the way for Chuck with 23 points, mostly in the fourth quarter as they tried to come back. Well, they did come back. Jared Cook gets him 2 catches, 2 touchdowns, 20 points. Kyler, not as good as he's been, gets him only 13 points in a tough matchup. It's 2 bad ones in a row for Kyler. It spelled trouble for Chuck. San Francisco defense gets him -1 after they had been so good for him all year. Another big swing there for Chuck. Started Benny Snell, gets him only 3 points. Raheem Mostert on the bench scores 25. That could have swung the whole thing. We are glad it didn't. For Rico, Garoppolo gets 31 points, leading the way. Galladay scores a late touchdown to get him 18. Le'Veon Bell goes out with the flu. Rico picks up Bilal Powell for $5 on Sunday morning, and then posts that thing about, see, I needed to save that money, but not really, because you could have just spent $1 on Scarborough, and then you wouldn't have had to pick anybody up, and you still would have more money. So, doesn't really make sense. Still happy you got the win. In celebration, I'm actually eating a salted nut roll right now. Saw it at the store this morning. It looked good. Next week, Rico will take on Minotti, which obviously is already underway because this isn't coming out until Friday. They originally projected Minotti 145 to 148 to 145. New projection after last night, Minotti 161 to Rico 144. Minotti got 37 from Lamar, who threw 5 touchdowns last night, had a ridiculous game. Rico gets only 35 combined from Le'Veon, Andrews, and the Baltimore defense. Mark Andrews did drop what would have been at least a 60-yard touchdown. I have marked down would have gotten him to 31 points. Lamar would have gotten more points too from that, but not as many. And who knows, maybe they take him out earlier and Lamar's end game would have been similar. Rico's still in it though. Minotti lost Mike Evans during the bye week. I mean, what is going on in that organization over there that you're letting your players get hurt on byes? Rico's going to need the Browns to step up for him. Baker and Landry in a big matchup. Well, not a big matchup, but what should be an easy matchup against Arizona this week. We will be rooting for Rico. Well, I mean, who wouldn't root for Rico? Into the main event from last week, I took on Lemmer, beat him 158 to 133. Starts on Thursday night. I had Trubisky on the bench go for 33 points. Was looking foolish, but really I didn't bench him. He'd been on the bench all year. Just I started him the week before and got a little lucky. I would be okay losing with Trubisky having a big game on the bench. I'd be more okay with that than if I started him and he got me like 6 points and Rivers went for like 18 on the bench, you know. So I was okay with it, and then my quarterbacks came through anyway. I get 22 from Brissett, 26 from Rivers. I had to start Alexander Madison. Well, Dalvin Cook got hurt the week before, so I started Cook and Madison. They get me 24 points combined. I actually thought it would have been better, but we'll take it because I won. Melvin Gordon gets me 19. What a turnaround it's been for him. I remember on all the fantasy shows after his slow start when he came back, we're saying to trade him, get what you can for him. Glad I didn't do that. I actually thought about offering him to Brandon for Saquon Barkley when Barkley was injured and Gordon first came back. If I didn't, I don't know if he would have taken it. Glad that didn't happen. Robert Woods was the main target for the Rams, gets up 26 points. I think I won that trade with Swain at least, so I got one good trade under my belt. But I don't know. Woods hadn't looked good at some points, but last couple weeks has been carrying the team. On the other side of that, Cooper Kupp gets only 4 targets for Lemmer, caught them all for 45 yards, and got a touchdown. It was a pretty good game, but come a long way from the first half MVP that was carrying him. His other MVP, Aaron Jones, does have a big week. Gets him 33 points. Matt Ryan does his part, gets 22. Nick Chubb has a big second half, only had 7 points in the first half, but finished 7 yards in the first half, but gets 106 total. If he had a bigger first half, this thing could have gone the other way. Odell does not come through in a big matchup for him. 2 catches for 39 yards. Almost guaranteed to go off this week, now that everybody who had him is likely eliminated from their teams. Rudolph and Cousins could not get it done, which should have been an easy matchup versus Detroit. They combined for only 17 points as Minnesota played really conservative in that one. It was actually a really hard, boring game to watch. But I had a bunch of guys in it, so I had to. Next week I take on Case. He's projected to beat me 153 to 139. Somehow I lost 4 points overnight due to nothing I've done. I got DJ Chark is out this week. I picked up Perryman right away. I didn't even really think about it. I was like, the best chance for catch me a 50-yard touchdown, maybe get 2 more catches. But I had not considered that Winston might not play. That would be shitty, and I will really be regretting that. Can't start Madison this week. He's out, but I don't think I would anyway. Cook looked fine. McCoy's got a tough matchup. Damian Williams might be back too. Jonathan Williams got me nothing last week. Looks like I'm rolling with Peyton Barber. It's an easy matchup, but he kind of sucks. So we'll see what happens. All my quarterbacks have tough matchups, but I'm going with Brissett and Rivers. Trubisky staying on the bench. Looked over at Case's lineup. I see he moved Rodgers to flex and Breeze up to quarterback. A bit of a demotion for Rodgers there. Maybe that will inspire him to throw it a little more this week. New England gets the Bengals. That could be huge for Case. But the last 2 weeks, the Bengals have not been as bad with Dalton back. And we all know how it's going to come down, though. Case rolling Gesicki at tight end. He's obviously going to catch 2 touchdowns after the way everything has gone this year. And that will be the difference in the matchup. So that's about it for this week's episode. I'm going to be sending out the Hypebeast survey in a little bit here. I will send it via email, because we can't post links in the Yahoo app for some reason. It's kind of fucking stupid. How hard is it to allow link sharing and let us post pictures in the app? You could post pictures last year. Why would they get rid of that? It's fucking stupid. And at least for private leagues, I could see maybe public leagues it would just be a bunch of spammy kind of stuff. But they should at least let private leagues use that. Whatever. It's gonna have questions like best trade or worst trade and a couple of options. That's pretty much all multiple choice. There's maybe 2 spots you have to write something in. That's it. Also, not only Case sent me best 1 week pickup thing, so I did not include that. Thanks for nothing, the rest of you. Thank you, Case, though. That's it for this week. Good luck to me. Good luck to Rico. Everybody else, you suck. We'll talk to you next week. Remember, I don't know, I'm sure Dustin will probably be on next week, and I don't know, first one to text me afterwards can come on. It'll be a fun episode. I'll see you guys then. Later.